Now, ladies and gentlemen, within the next couple of weeks, we'll officially be 2 months into CS2's release, that being what Valve calls a full release. And as of right now, the community is in quite a bit of a panic. As of today, being November 16th, we yet to have seen any leaks, data mines, or even rumors of new content or old things, such as maps, modes, and features from CSGO, or any older Counter-Strike game getting added to CS2 anytime soon. And on top of all that, we're also seeing the biggest drop-off in player count and market decline since 2018, yet similar to 2021. In 2018, some players in the community referred that to the dark days of global offensive. No content, no updates, or word from the devs. With that being said, yes, it's kind of depressing to hear, but you have to think positive. That being, we have to push through this Molotov to get to a clear sight. Yeah, that was really weird. Sorry about that. Today's video, I'm going to break down this in commentary style in the current state of CS2, why player numbers are down, but most importantly, why those people are leaving the game and people will continue to do so. Now, today's video sponsor is SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a buying and trading marketplace for your CS items. It makes a safe and easy way to trade out your inventory for something new. By using my code MANDO, you can get a deposit bonus of 35% alongside a free $5 in your first trade, with a max bonus if you spend $100 or more. With a large variety of skins, deposit options, alongside daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways, they're doing a great job rivaling other competition. If interested, it'll be the top of the link in the description below. Firstly, for today's video, I want to discuss the declining player count. Like we mentioned at the beginning of the video, in just a couple weeks, we're going to be 2 months into CS2's official release. I want to take a quick peep at the current player count, and I guess I will quickly mention, we could talk about for weeks on end about CS2 and how it should have been delayed, how maybe shouldn't have been revealed for just a few more months or possibly year, but I think it's just pretty much pointless at this point. You're just beating a dead horse. So taking a look at CS2's player count, we're down 25% and it's still falling, but why is that? Now, for the first couple of weeks, a lot of players thought this was bans, but also bots being left behind from CSGO for trading sites or just whatever in general. But with us almost 2 months into the game, it's a lot more clear. Yesterday's commentary, I talked about how a large chunk of players have left and are continuing to do so, and that was due to performance with FPS. Based on a Steam graph, we can see the majority of CS players have older systems, which Valve clearly didn't optimize it for them, that being the majority of the CS player base. These players have 910 and some even 20 series GPUs, which some of these are also over a decade old. Can still run a decent amount of games, especially it should anyway for a game like Counter-Strike. As of right now, to get the best FPS, you have to do a lot more than just put everything on low. For Nvidia, not sure for AMD, but right now you have to revert drivers, and this also varies in your cards, so it's hard to see and know which one without testing it. This also helps with crashes for those that's happening to. As time goes on and Valve continues to talk to both AMD and Nvidia, they'll start rolling out better drivers that will get better performance over time. Now, some of the comments I got in yesterday's video was also mentioning how a lot of the casuals have nothing to play anymore. Normal competitive from CSGO is now just the casual game mode, and Premier is the competitive from CSGO, if that makes any sense. Yes, surfing and workshop maps are available, but they weren't until last week, and casual was just one of those modes. We have to remember not everyone is wanting to go pro and sweat their ass off playing matchmaking. The majority of CS players are casuals who dabble in a little bit of everything. Most importantly are a majority of the player base who also has lower tier graphics cards and just systems entirely, and Valve clearly wasn't helping them here. In the future, once the game is more playable and up to many standards, I'm sure then and also along the way optimization will happen. Now, also talking about players leaving, I now want to go into the subcategories, no pun intended here. This is problems with VAC Live, but also the sub-tick system. Now, a lot of the problems sub-tick has had has mostly been addressed. It's not perfect, but nowhere near as bad as launch. Peeker's advantage is still around, but hardly seen, at least from my time, and also 5 to 6 of my friends while playing. And I think something worth mentioning, which it is very obvious, but this is a different Counter-Strike game. It's not CSGO, it's not CSS, it's not 1.6, it's CS2. Every Counter-Strike game, whether you can feel it or not, does feel different at the end of the day. Some of the smallest things you can feel and might not be able to feel going back to play these older games unless you, well, spent a lot of time on one versus the other. Now, cheaters inside Counter-Strike 2. Even if Valve added an anti-cheat for players, many would still have a way around it, just like any video game. But those same people would also still complain, especially if it was stalking your entire PC, similar to Valorant's, Fortnite's, and many other games as well. Cheaters are definitely inside Counter-Strike 2, I'm not denying that, but they're also not as bad as CSGO. If you have Prime and a good trust factor and anything below sub 10k in Premier, it's not impossible, but not likely that you'll run into a cheater. Anything over 10k in Premier, you can run into them, but like I said, it's not very likely, based off my experience and some of my friends as well, that are here on YouTube, but also just IRL. As of today, being almost 2 months into the game, I have yet to see someone blatantly spinning or hacking. Now, at launch, without a demo viewer, it was very hard to tell if someone was cheating with aim or something like wall hacks. Do believe there are some reasons why so many people think there are so many cheaters inside CS2. Back at launch and even now, you sometimes have Peeker's advantage. You also have to remember with the new sub-tick system and Counter-Strike 2 being a new game as a whole, movement's different. Headshots are a lot easier to get. We also have the best audio quality any Counter-Strike game game has seen to date. That being said, I think these are all reasons or possibilities of why you think someone else is cheating, or maybe someone on your team does. The cheating thing I understand. I haven't really seen any yet, so that's, I guess, good for me, but not good for a lot of other people. And as it goes for sub-tick, I believe a lot of people are just blowing this out of proportion and hopping on the bandwagon for things they don't even know what they're talking about. And as it goes for VAC Live and the sub-tick system, these will also be getting their own dedicated videos later this week where I'm pretty much just going to trash them completely. Compare anti-cheats, compare the tick systems between CSGO and CS2, the same thing goes with VAC. Now this is Luke in the post edit. This video was originally supposed to go up on November 16th, but obviously we skipped yesterday. I felt like this video was missing something important, or at least a more optimistic point of view for the future of CS2, and I feel like we just got that. As of today, being November 16th, around 6 p.m, Valve have updated CS2 yet again. Now at this point, I've probably already uploaded that video to YouTube breaking down the blog post and talking about how important that is, but it seems to be every week Valve is updating CS2 more than once, which is good, but the blog posts just keep getting bigger and bigger, which is really amazing, and is also a huge reason why I'm so optimistic with CS2. I was before, but this really helped with that. The biggest update we saw in previous weeks was 7 different categories. This one had 13 with the most amount of changes, but also a lot of detail for what they actually changed, fixed, or added. These updates, in my opinion, should excite you, not just for the fixes, but the sooner the game is as bug-free as possible, new content like an operation or a case will be in the works and released. As well as, not to mention, this is the most amount of CS updates we have maybe ever seen for the Counter-Strike franchise, let alone all at once with the amount of detail in the blog posts and the length too. And lastly, for the declining player count, you also have skins. With players leaving, they are also doing so with their skins, causing prices to tank. A lot of people are saying CS2 is dead or dead to them since skins are not stonks. And that's a topic for either later today or possibly tomorrow's video. I'm not sure if we're going to do double upload yet. And skins right now as a whole are in a pretty rough spot. There's also no new content coming anytime soon with skins. Based off a recent PC Gamer interview with Valve, they stated that their main priority is getting player needs and just, well, fixing the game for year one. Could we see content in between? Yes, sure. But as of right now, we don't know anything. And lastly, I want to quickly mention, for some who say CS2 is dead or never been in a worse spot, in 2018, Fortnite, PUBG, Warzone later on, and many games in between were supposed to kill CSGO. And well, nothing did. That still holds very true today. I think a lot of people just need to take a rebreather. We all have to get through the stages of fixing the game before things get back to normal and new content comes rolling in. Now let me know what you guys think down below. I know this may have sounded like a rant, but I feel like I really need to get this off my chest. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.